Hello everyone, welcome to Miss Doc T. This is Dr. Farheen, General Medicine resident, and today let's discuss approach to a case of anemia. Anemia is defined as decreased in the oxygen carrying capacity of blood that may be because of decrease in the RBC count or because of decrease in the hemoglobin percentage. So we'll see a comparison between male and female. Normal value of hemoglobin is taken to be around 13 to 15 gram per deciliter in males and 12 to 14 gram per deciliter in females. So that means less than 13 gram per deciliter in male or less than 12 gram per deciliter in female is considered to be anemia. Now, where to look for anemia? Palms, lower palpebral conjunctiva, tongue and mucous surfaces, and nail beds are some important structures to subjectively assess anemia. So, what does subjective means? That means there is patient to patient variation. Either it may be because of the skin pigment or any reason there is variation. So, is there any objective method for assessing anemia? Then the answer is yes. A single and a very reliable objective method to assess anemia is to look for the conjunctival rim pallor. Now, what does this mean? When you look at the lower palpebral conjunctiva, a red colored rim should be present against the fleshy palpebral surface. So, this is the diagram. So, this red colored rim, if present, it indicates there is no pallor. Now, we'll look at another picture. So, here, if you can see, the red colored rim is absent. Yes, so, absent of red colored rim against the lower palpebral conjunctiva indicates that there is pallor. So, this is a very important objective method to assess anemia because there is no patient to patient variation and it is very reliable. Now, let's look at approach to a patient with anemia. So, suppose we have come across a patient who is showing conjunctival rim pallor. So, once a patient shows conjunctival rim pallor, only three things should come to mind. So, first thing is that he is anemic either because of decreased production of RBCs from the marrow, this is known as hypoproliferative anemia, or the second cause might be that the RBCs that are produced in the marrow are not maturing properly. So, abnormal maturation or ineffective erythropoiesis, this comes under red cell maturation defects, or the third cause because the RBCs which are produced normally are getting destroyed or they are getting lost. So, decreased RBC survival, which can be seen when there is blood loss or hemolysis. So, only these three things should come into the mind when you see a patient with anemia. Now, how to differentiate the three of them? The first and the foremost thing to look for is the reticulocyte production index, RPI. So, this is a very important estimate of the erythropoiesis that is occurring inside the bone marrow. So, we'll look at this in brief before proceeding further. So, what is a reticulocyte production index? Also known as the corrected reticulocytic count. So normally the bone marrow will release reticulocytes into the blood which are immature RBCs. They are larger in size than normal RBCs and they have nuclear remnants. And presence of reticulocytes indicates a recent bone marrow function. Now we'll look at two scenarios. One scenario where the bone marrow is producing more number of reticulocytes and the other scenario where the bone marrow is producing less number of reticulocytes than normal. So this is a scenario 1 where more reticulocytes are produced and scenario 2 where less than normal reticulocytes are produced. More number of reticulocytes indicates that the bone marrow has increased its function to compensate a loss of RBCs from the peripheral blood. That means there is hemolysis or hemorrhage because of which the bone marrow is producing more number of reticulocytes to compensate the loss. In the second scenario, where less number of reticulocytes are seen, it indicates there is either decreased production from the bone marrow itself or those which are produced are not properly maturing. Okay, so this is a smear showing reticulocytes. You can see they are larger than normal RBCs with nuclear remnants inside them. Okay, now we'll continue. So the reticulocyte production index will be low in hypoproliferative anemia because there is low erythropoiesis. And in red cell maturation defects, because of ineffective erythropoiesis, again the index will be low. When there is decreased survival of RBCs, that may be because of blood loss or because of hemolysis, the compensation will start activating the bone marrow to produce more number of reticulocytes, because of which the reticulocyte production index is increased and usually it is taken more than 2.5. Now we'll look at the second difference, and that is to look at the RBC morphology. In hypoproliferative anemia, the number of RBCs that are produced are decreased, but all those that are produced will be usually normal. So it is taken to be normocytic and normochromic RBCs in hypoproliferative anemia. This is the picture. Next, when there is red cell maturation defect, first look if the defect is because of cytoplasm. So if it is cytoplasmic maturation defect or if it is because of nucleus. So nuclear maturation defect. In cytoplasmic maturation defects, the RBCs will be smaller in size, known as microcytes, and in nuclear maturation defects, they are larger, known as macrocytes. So these are the pictures. Okay. Next, when there is decreased survival, again see if it is because of hemolysis or if it is because of hemorrhage. If it is because of hemolysis, then fragmented RBCs should be seen in peripheral smears. So these red arrows indicate fragmented RBCs. And if it is because of hemorrhage, see if it is acute or chronic. In acute hemorrhage, the feedback hasn't started operating yet, so normocytic and normochromic picture is seen. In chronic hemorrhage, the feedback has started operating, and so what happens? We'll look at it now. Following hemorrhage, the erythropoietin is stimulated, and this erythropoietin will further stimulate the bone marrow to produce more number of RBCs as a compensation. So as a result, this bone marrow will be under stress and it will produce more number of immature cells, of which, like I said already, reticulocytes are more, and along with reticulocytes, macrocytes, large size RBCs which are taking multiple stains are seen, which are known as polychromatophilic macrocytes. So presence of polychromatophilic macrocytes in a smear indicates that the bone marrow is at stress to compensate the lost RBCs. Okay, so polychromatophilic macrocytes are seen when there is chronic hemorrhage. So this is a smear showing larger sized RBCs taking different color stain. Okay, so third thing, once the reticulocyte production index and the RBC morphology is done, now we'll look at the causes. So hypoproliferative anemias can be because of three different causes. First thing is that the bone marrow itself is defective and it is not producing RBCs properly, like marrow fibrosis or aplasia. The second thing is because there is iron deficiency. So this is very important to remember. Mild iron deficiency causes hypoproliferative anemia. And the third thing is to remember is there is decreased erythropoietin stimulation. This can occur in chronic kidney disease because kidneys produce erythropoietin. In inflammation because interleukin 1 inhibits erythropoietin. And in hypothyroidism because in hypothyroidism, there is decreased oxygen demand of the body, so erythropoietin stimulation is decreased. Now, when microcytes are seen, think about cytoplasm maturation abnormalities. So, either heme synthesis abnormalities like iron deficiency anemia and sideroblastic anemias, or globin synthesis abnormalities like thalassemias. Then, when macrocytes are seen, think about nuclear maturation defects. So, that may be because of B12 deficiency, folate deficiency, or drugs impairing folate metabolism like methotrexate and alcohol. Similarly, when fragmented RBCs are seen, then think about causes of hemolysis like sickle cell anemias, G6PD or pyruvate kinase deficiency, hereditary spherocytosis, paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria, autoimmune hemolytic anemias. Similarly, when hemorrhage is suspected, think about any cause of internal or external hemorrhage. Now we'll look at the whole thing in the form of a flowchart. So whenever there is a patient with conjunctival rim pallor, the first thing we need to look at is the reticulocyte production index, which is a very important estimate of erythropoiesis. So this index may be low or it may be high. If it is low, it indicates there is either decreased production from the marrow itself or there is abnormal maturation of the RBCs, that is ineffective erythropoiesis. So both of them can be differentiated by the second thing, that is RBC morphology. Now if the RBC morphology is normal, that is normocytic and normochromic, but still there is anemia, that means it is hypoproliferative cause. So again, three things should come into your mind and they indicate mild iron deficiency anemia or marrow defects like fibrosis and aplasia or decreased erythropoietin stimulation like in CKD, inflammation, and metabolic disorders like hypothyroidism. Okay, now if the RBC morphology is abnormal, then look if there are microcytes which indicate cytoplasm maturation defects, and causes are iron deficiency anemia, thalassemias, and sideroblastic anemia, or if there are macrocytes that indicates nuclear maturation defects because of B12 or folate deficiency, drugs, and alcohol. Then, if the reticulocyte production index is high, that indicates the bone marrow is producing more number of reticulocytes as a result of compensation for the RBCs which are lost in the peripheral smear. So, this may be because of hemolysis or it may be because of hemorrhage. So, whenever there is hemolysis, other features of hemolysis should be present like jaundice, gallbladder stones, and splenomegaly, and of course, smear should show fragmented RBCs. And whenever hemorrhage is suspected, signs of hypovolemia should be seen. So the first thing to always look for is the reticulocyte production index, and the second thing to look for is at the RBC morphology. So these two together will give a very important estimate that which class does the patient's anemia belong to. Either it is because of hypoproliferation or abnormal maturation or decreased survival. Okay, now we'll look at some scenarios. A first patient having anemia, that means we have seen rim pallor and the reticulocyte production index was seen to be low. What does it mean? Either there is no erythropoiesis or there is defective erythropoiesis. Now we'll differentiate both of them by RBC morphology that showed microcytes, so it indicates cytoplasmic maturation defects. So either the cause could be heme synthesis abnormalities like iron deficiency anemia and sideroblastic anemia, or globin synthesis abnormalities like thalassemias. Second patient showed anemia. The reticulocyte production index was low. That means there is no erythropoiesis or defective erythropoiesis. Differentiate by RBC morphology, which was shown to be normal. That is normocytic normochromic picture. So normal RBCs but produced less indicates hypoproliferative anemia. Okay. The third patient showed anemia. The reticulocyte production index was done and that is high. That indicates anemia with more number of reticulocyte production indicates compensation to loss. Now again look at the RBC morphology and also the signs and symptoms. Now if the morphology showed fragmented RBCs, that indicates hemolysis, and if the smear showed polychromatophilic macrocytes, that indicates hemorrhage. So compensation to hemorrhage. The fourth patient also showed anemia. The reticulocyte production index was done and it is low. Then look at the RBC morphology, and if macrocytes are seen, that indicates nuclear maturation defect. So think about B12 or folate deficiency and drugs like methotrexate and alcohol. So first thing always to look for is the reticulocyte production index, and the second thing is to look for RBC morphology. So these two can help us to easily approach a case of anemia. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Let's meet again with another new topic. Till then, just take care and be happy.